Hi everybody. Today I am answering the question, what is this POA acronym related to medical care? So legal acronyms related to caregiving can be really confusing because you might hear doctors or legal professionals or people, social workers using all these terms, and they're going by your head and you're thinking, well, I don't know what that means, but I don't want to feel stupid. I don't want to ask, right? Well, the only way to find out is to ask. So I thank you for everybody who has asked about what does this POA acronym mean. The big thing is, if you are new to caregiving or you've been doing this for a while, it's really important to understand the basic legal terms, because this is a legal term, that are important for you and your elderly parents so that you can be prepared for the way that caregiving will advance. Because, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but caregiving probably isn't going to get easier. It will become more complicated over time, and the more you know, the earlier you know, the easier it will be for you. There's a lot of different situations that happen if one is not thorough in thinking about the long term when a POA, medical power of attorney agent, is named. Okay? And there's a lot more videos here on my channel about how to choose a POA, the responsibilities of being a POA. In fact, there's an entire course on my website about power of attorney. That link is below this video. But in this video, what we're talking about is the acronym POA medical, power of attorney medical, who uses the term, what it means, and why you should even know about it. If you don't have one, a POA agent, you want to put this on your list. If your aging parents don't have one, you want to raise the priority level of this discussion, share this video with them so that they understand why this is important to get this done as soon as possible. So, stay with me while I explain this. If this is your first time on my channel, I'm Pamela D Wilson, a caregiving expert, advocate, and speaker. I help adults and their caregivers work through the health, financial, legal aspects, family relationship aspects of caregiving. I also serve as an expert witness for law firms and clients in matters of guardianship and Alzheimer's, dementia, care management, home care, more. You can learn more about me by going below, visiting my website, PamelaDWilson.com. I do ask you, please like this video, follow my channel, and comment, even if it's only to say thank you. Your participation through comments and thank yous helps more people find their way here. So if you are a caregiver and you've heard this POA medical term, more than likely you're caring for yourself, an aging parent, spouse, sibling, grandparent, or somebody else because there is a health problem. Healthy people may need a little bit of help now and then, but they don't usually need health-related care or physical assistance unless it is a longer term situation. So all of us come down with the flu or a cold or something else and we recover, right? That doesn't necessarily mean you need a power of attorney, although you should have one anyway. When the power of attorney acronym comes into play, it means that people are saying, hey, are you the power of attorney? Do your parents have a power of attorney? Who is legally responsible? So the acronym relates to the legal responsibility of taking care of someone with, usually, multiple and ongoing health problems. And you're advocating for them and you're helping them make decisions. The health problems that are considered long-term, the health industry calls them chronic health or chronic medical conditions. These are conditions that everybody has. You can live with them. If you don't do something about them, they're probably going to get worse, which may be where your parents are or maybe where the person that you are taking care of is. Sometimes they just get worse with age. There's not a lot you can do about it. There are health problems like heart conditions, heart disease, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, diabetes, arthritis, osteoarthritis, breathing problems, COPD, bronchitis, asthma, cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's, and so on. So the acronym POA medical means power of attorney medical. Attaching power of attorney to the word medical means that usually there's health problems and there's healthcare decisions to make. So you go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, what about this medication? Would you want this treatment? Or You go to the doctor and you say, hey doctor, I have this and I heard about this. Does this make sense? So you're having to make choices and decisions that affect your health or somebody else's health and how that health will progress over time. So what kind of medical interactions or decisions do you make, right? Well, prescriptions, setting future doctor appointments, treatment, deciding to do this or not do this. Now, if you have the POA, medical agent power of attorney document, and somebody has to give you authority to do this, your parents or somebody else, right? If you have that, it can be much easier to work within the healthcare system and with doctors. Because if you don't have this, or a HIPAA form, which is permission, but it doesn't give you access to do everything, right? Doctors and nurses and staff won't talk to you because they don't have someone's written permission to do so, right? And so a POA agent form is better than just, a permission form that somebody signs at the doctor's office. That HIPAA form can, give you access to, some information, but it's not going to allow you the degree of helping your parents make decisions that just a simple HIPAA form does. And it's important, once you have this form, to put it on file at doctor's offices and hospitals and places like this. I talk to kids all the time and they say, yeah, I'm the medical power of attorney. And I'm like, well, are you acting like one? And they're like, well, what do you mean acting like one? And I'm like, well, do you talk to your parents' doctors? Do you go to doctor appointments with them? Have your parents given you that permission? Is the form on file at the doctor's office? And most of them say, well, no. And I'm like, well, then you're not acting as a power of attorney, right? And so even if you tell somebody that you're the power of attorney, they're going to want proof. They're going to want this document because honestly, anybody can say, well, I'm the decision maker or I have power of attorney, right? People can make stuff up. So as the medical power of attorney, you make decisions with your parents, not for them, unless it comes to a point where they have Alzheimer's and dementia and you have that power, right? So just because you get a power of attorney doesn't mean you can, decide what happens to your parents. You can't take over. That's not allowed. And so how do you get this in the first place? Well, it's a document. And in a perfect world, and I say a perfect world, it's created by an estate planning, a probate, or an elder law attorney who knows about this. Don't have some family law attorney or some real estate attorney or somebody else create this form for you, because there's a lot that has to be in it and there are a lot of considerations and you have to know what you're getting into. So you want to make sure you have a good attorney, the document's well prepared, you're talking about it with your parents, you're accepting the legal responsibility, it's notarized, and it's witnessed. Now, this might sound like a simple process. Well, under the ideal conditions, it is. But there can be a lot of gray areas if your parents have waited too long, especially if they have a diagnosis of memory loss. Because if there are disagreements in your family, if you and your brothers and sisters don't get along, or there's aunts and uncles that don't get along, at some point, maybe somebody's going to say, well, you took your parent to an attorney and they did this form and they had memory loss, so they had no idea what they were signing, or you forced them to sign this document, right? That happens more often than you would think. Or maybe your parents already did a medical power of attorney like 10 years ago, and today they have early dementia and now they want to change it. Again, your family may contest that change because they're like, well, 10 years ago they named me and now they took me off the list and they're naming you and I don't like that. And they have memory loss and we're going to go to court and we're going to argue about this, right? So you got to be careful because all of this POA stuff can be very complicated, more so than anybody can think. So to learn more about POA, below this video, there's a link to my online POA course. There's more videos here on my YouTube channel. If you just Google Power of Attorney, those videos will show up. I thank you so much for being here for this short video. to learn about the POA acronym. I'm Pamela D Wilson. I'm a caregiving expert, advocate, and speaker. Again, go to my website, PamelaDWilson.com. Lots of information based on my 25 years of experience in this area. Please do me a favor, like this video, follow my channel, comment, even if it's only to say thank you. You can also share your story. But those thank yous, that participation helps other people find their way here to these videos and to my website, PamelaDWilson.com. Have a fabulous day until we are here together again for another video.